All right, it's 11 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and get started. But good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our third webinar titled Enhance Your Titan Experience as part of our virtually CSUF Bound webinar series. We would have loved to host you all in person at our regularly scheduled Welcome to CSUF Day, but we have been working diligently with our campus partners to bring you a virtual Welcome to CSUF experience, which we hope will provide you with many resources and information to help you prepare for your new exciting journey at Cal State Fullerton. Before we start today's presentation, we'd like to do some introductions. So first, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Kristen Johnson, and I am an Outreach and Recruitment Counselor here at Cal State Fullerton. Today's presentation will be led by our Student Life and Leadership Office. I'll go ahead and let them introduce themselves.
Good morning, everyone. Again, thank you for taking part of your day to spend with us and learn more about our department, a little bit more about what you are in store as far as the Titan experience. My name is Samuel Morales. I use he, him pronouns, and I serve as the Assistant Director of Fraternity Sorority Life here at Cal State Fullerton through Student Life and Leadership.
And hi everyone, my name is Jordan Bierbauer. I use she, her, hers pronouns, and I'm the coordinator of Fraternity and Sorority Life within Student Life and Leadership at Cal State Fullerton.
Hi, my name is Isabella Ferrante, and I'm the graduate assistant for Fraternity and Sorority Life within Student Life and Leadership as well.
Okay, thank you so much for those introductions. One thing I do want to bring to everyone's attention is at the bottom of the screen, you'll see a feature. It's a Q&A feature. So we will actually be in there answering any questions that you have throughout the presentation. So feel free as we go through the presentation to just put in any questions that you have. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to our presenters.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to share our slide. Awesome. So this is our presentation called Enhance Your Titan Experience. We're going to go through a little bit about our office, and then we'll move into our panelists. So first, within the Office of Student Life and Leadership, we have 6 different programmatic areas. We have campus activities, fraternity and sorority life, community service programs, leadership programs, clubs and organizations, and sports clubs. This is the staff within our office. So when you walk into our office, you'll see all of our smiling faces. We're also available online right now. So we do hold office hours every week. Within campus activities, we have a lot of events on campus where we host large-scale activities. So our office does a lot of that. One of the events that I wanted to highlight is Discover Fest. So this is hosted once every semester, and it's our club fair. So all of our student organizations are out on campus, and it's a way for you all to kind of ask them questions and see what it's like being involved on campus. We also have over 300 student organizations. So these are all student-run organizations. They range from cultural groups, political social action organizations, academic-based clubs, and everything in between. We also have, in November, a process for doing new student organizations. So if we don't have a club that you're interested in, there's always a way to create a new organization. We also wanted to highlight that our undergraduate student leader GPAs are higher than the average CSUF GPA. So our student leaders are very involved on campus, as you'll see from our panel, but they are also excelling academically. So it is possible to be really involved on campus and to also get everything that you need done from your organizations. And it also helps with really promoting that academic environment on campus. And then I'll yield over to Isabella.
Hi everyone. So I'll talk a little bit about our community service programs that we offer in Student Life and Leadership. So if community service or leadership programs is something that you're interested in, we definitely offer that to everyone. There are a variety of different community service opportunities for students to engage with. So we have opportunities locally, and then also just different services and programs that you can participate in. And some of our ongoing projects that we have offered to students are working with children, families, young adults with special needs, as well as animals. And then within our community service programs, we also have project directors. So these are students who lead or co-lead an ongoing service project, and the experiences and leadership skills gained by a project director are useful through their Titan experience and beyond. So they get to coordinate all of these different projects that we have offered for students. They facilitate bi-monthly meeting service projects, plan activities, and then coordinate the student volunteers. And then they also help plan the service projects, and then project directors have at least 2 office hours a week that they have where students can come in and then also attend bi-monthly staff meetings. And then project directors can also lead an established service project or help to establish a new ongoing service project. So it's a great leadership opportunity if community service is something that you're really passionate about. So another programmatic area that we have in our office is Fraternity and Sorority Life. So Fraternity and Sorority Life at Cal State Fullerton works to create an inclusive learning environment that fosters a sense of belonging and supports value-based development of individuals and communities. And our area provides support, education, and engagement to the students that are part of these fraternities and sororities as a part of the Titan experience. And then we have 4 of the pillars of excellence that are listed on the screen. So those are brotherhood and sisterhood, service and philanthropy, leadership and scholarship. So brotherhood and sisterhood is shown through chapter events, council events, and then also when the chapters and councils collaborate together. And then service and philanthropy is also a really big part of fraternity and sorority life. So this is just giving back to the community as well as holding fundraising events. And then fraternities and sororities are also a great leadership opportunity. And then there are opportunities for retreats, formal leadership positions to have either within the chapters or the councils. And then there's also a fraternity leadership conference and sorority leadership conference that our office hosts once a year. And then also scholarship is really important to these individuals. So keeping up with your academics, and that's done through study nights and then just utilizing university resources. So within fraternity and sorority life, there are 4 different councils that we have at Cal State Fullerton. So there's Interfraternity Council or IFC, Multicultural Greek Council or MGC, National Pan-Hellenic Council, or NPHC for short, and then Pan-Hellenic Council, so PHC. So I'll go through what the difference between all of these are. So Interfraternity Council are male fraternities, and we have 7 of those on our campus, and then you can get involved in a fraternity. There's 2 weeks of recruitment in the beginning of the semester. And then we also have our MGC chapters. So there's 6 of these on our campus. And then these are culturally based organizations, and MGC is made up of both fraternities and sororities. And intake is unique for each chapter, but if you're interested in joining an MGC organization, then you can find out how each chapter does their intake. And then we also have the National Pan-Hellenic Council. So this is made up of the Divine Nine. And we have 2 active chapters at CSUF, and these are historically African-American fraternities and sororities. And then as similar to MGC, intake is unique for each chapter. And then finally, we have the Pan-Hellenic Council. So there are 6 chapters at Cal State Fullerton, and then there's 6 different sororities that you could join. And you can join through primary recruitment, which is held in the fall semester, and then it's with potential opportunities to join outside of the fall semester as well. So they have their main one in the fall, and then there's also options in the spring. And then I'll go ahead and turn it over to Samuel to talk about our other programmatic areas.
Thank you, Isabella. So one of our major areas from the 6 is our leadership program. So our leadership programs address the needs of college students leaders. The programs connect classroom learning with leadership education, knowledge, and opportunities out of the classroom setting. So individuals discover their own leadership styles, enhance their communication and collaboration skills, and become more effective agents in their community. And all students are welcome to participate from emerging to experienced leaders. So if you are a student that was highly involved and want to continue to develop your skills, how to better form communication styles, how to better partner with others, form a team, leadership programs absolutely assist you with that development, and they occur all throughout the year. So please feel free to reach out to us to gain that schedule and also allow you to help where you can fit in based on your leadership progress. And then we have sports clubs. So what are sports clubs? They are vibrant, they are highly active student organizations, and yes, they compete. These teams are designed to offer organized competitive outlets for students from various skills levels, and they compete with other teams on a regional and national area. So the best way to describe sports clubs, we have our Division I NCAA sports, as well as our recreational intramural sports. Sports clubs falls in between those two aspects. So these are teams that you do have to try out for. There is a membership fee, there are coaches involved, and you have the opportunity to travel to other universities, institutions, either within California or across the nation to compete in that variant sport. So again, be on the lookout for when those trials come out. And if there's any sports teams that you would like to go ahead and become a part of. So continuing on with club sports and the benefits, right? So it's high quality, structured, competitive, and fun activities that you are willing to engage. So for example, if you have played a sport throughout your whole life and you want to continue that and you want it to be competitive, this is one of the ways to do that. It is physical, it is a social setting, it allows for emotional growth in a safe and learning environment. And it also allows you to build community with other athletes, either within your own team or with others that you do compete with, right? You gain that student leadership experience because it is still a club, and there's 16 competitive teams as of now. So one of the major ways that you can find out the clubs or organizations that are active within our university is through TidalLink. TidalLink is the main hub of informing yourself on which organizations are active on campus and also the events that are occurring on campus. So all of you as an incoming Cal State Fullerton student will have access to TidalLink. There you will be able to gain further information or reach out to clubs and organizations to get more information about when they meet, when the events are, and how to further get involved. You will also have access to forums to where you will gain more information about getting involved through either fraternities and sororities, signing up for emerging leader programs, or just updates and news of what's going on within student life and leadership. So TidalLink is, again, that main hub of all your information where all the 300+ clubs and organizations are housed, their information, their meeting times, their current leadership, their mission statements, everything housed within this amazing system that we use. And as I touched on a little bit, right, it's a great way to find events that are occurring on campus. We have a system set up, so if you're looking for a particular theme, is there certain categories within clubs and organizations that you want to go ahead and find out? Maybe some of the perks or even some of the free swag that individuals, clubs give out. This is a great way to kind of go ahead and schedule your events ahead of time so that you are able to attend these events and gain a better understanding of not only the club, but also make those social connections to your peers. And then lastly, we wanted to touch on, again, that through Student Life and Leadership, we assist you in enhancing your TALENT experience, right? Through involvement, better prepares you to be successful in the future, to gain some of those leadership skills, to refine some of the skills that you may have, or even explore things that you been, having that curiosity to explore. So we are here to assist you in any of these 6 areas, as well as other areas on campus. So definitely do not be shy to reach out to any of our staff that you saw at the beginning of this presentation. As Jordan touched up a little bit, we still hold virtual office hours. They vary, so for further information on that, please check out our website, or we can go ahead and provide you that link to attend some of these virtual online settings to have further answer any questions that you may have.
Awesome, thank you. So next we're going to move into our student panelists. So I'm going to have all of them go through and introduce themselves. If you all could say your name, your year, and your major. We have all of their involvement that are listed on the screen. So we can go in order of the students on the screen. So starting with Victoria.
Hi, I'm Victoria Rodriguez. I'm a 5th year kinesiology major with an emphasis in sports studies. I am currently the chair of Sports Clubs ICC, and I'm on the club softball team.
And then
Hello,
Jason.
my name is Jason Limon. I'm president of CSUF Men's Rugby Club and member of Titan Racing Baja.
Hi, everybody. My name's Leslie. I serve as the board of directors for College of the Arts, and I am in my last semester at Cal State Fullerton, and I study theater with the emphasis in education.
Hi, everyone. My name is Andrew Matzok-Lasana. I am a senior at Cal State Fullerton. I study kinesiology. I'm part of an organization called Hermanos Unidos. I also served as a senior resident advisor and a student coordinator for orientation, and I'm part of the NUF program here at Cal State Fullerton.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kafila. I am currently a senior graduating in May. My major is public health with a minor in African American studies. And I'm in quite a few organizations, most of them which fall under the Black Student Union, and then the other ones which are listed there.
Hi everyone, so my name is Emily Romaldo. I'm a 4th year math major with a concentration in teaching. So I have a lot of involvement just over the years, but one of the clubs that I started was Central Americans for Empowerment, so CAFE. Another one that I'm really involved in is Hermanas Unidas, and then Prime Club, which is for math majors. So that's kind of, oh, and I work in student life. So if you want to know about working on campus, like I have that perspective too.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Alejandra Huerta, and I am a senior here at Cal State Fullerton, so it's my last semester. I'm a sociology major, and I'm currently the social networking chair for Hermanas Unidas. I also work on campus under educational partnerships, if y'all would like to get a perspective on that as well.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alexis Garcia. I'm a freshman here at Cal State Fullerton with a political science major and a French minor. A few of the things I'm involved in is I'm a Male Success Initiative scholar, as well as the secretary for the Brotherhood Collective, and I also partake in the Pre-Law Society.
And then up next we have Jesus.
Hey y'all, my name is Jay Jesus Rojas. I am currently a 5th year here at Cal State Fullerton. I'm a triple major, so I'm majoring in Chicano Studies, Linguistics, and Spanish with a certificate in TESOL. So if you're interested in knowing how to do multiple degrees or more than one major, please feel free to ask. And those are some of the involvements that I have listed on that screen as well. Or pronouns he, him, his.
Hi everyone, my name is Andrea Moran. I'm a 2nd year. I'm majoring in communications with an emphasis in public relations alongside a minor in marketing. I am the Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion for the Panhellenic Council. I'm the Vice President of Membership for the Panhellenic Sorority Zeta Tau Alpha. And then I serve on the Titanthon Exec Board as the Family and Motivations Director.
What's up, everyone? My name is Theodore, but I go by Fitu. I'm currently involved in Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, the Lambda Beta chapter at Cal State Fullerton. Also a part of the National Panhellenic Council. And additionally, I'm also a natural science and math major peer mentor. And I'm a 4th year going into my 5th year of biochemistry.
Hi, I'm Adam. I'm a senior at Cal State Fullerton. My major is communications with a focus in PR, and I'm the sports club president for gaming and esports.
Hello, I'm Amelia. I'm a 2nd year biology major, and I am the club president for our equestrian team. All right, good morning, everyone. So my name is Amy Kubo. I'm currently a 3rd year at CSUF studying business administration. And so some of my involvements, I'm in a few honors programs on campus. I work as a tour guide. So if you have any questions about general knowledge of campus, I can help you out with that. Along with some involvements with some orgs on campus. And I'm also involved in student life and leadership with community service programs and also the leadership programs. And hopefully I can help answer your questions for today.
Hi everyone, my name is Brianna Evaristo, and this is my, I'm a senior currently, and I'm a psychology major. I'm currently the event planner for 2 clubs, Active Minds and for the Human Services Student Association. I also work at the Titan Shop, so if any of you have also questions regarding that, I can help you with that.
All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Alexandra Martinez. I am a freshman at Cal State Fullerton. My major is public health, and some of my involvements are I am a student ambassador for the part of the Health and Human Development College Department. So if you guys have any information about your major, if you're in kinesiology or public health or into the CHAD major, feel free to contact us on Instagram. Our Instagrams are right there for both our student success centers and advising. And I am also a part of the Physician Assistants Coming Together Club.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. So for our panelists, we're going to start with our preset questions that the student life and leadership staff will ask. But for attendees, if you all have questions as we're going through the panel, feel free to put them in the Q&A, and our panelists can get to them a little bit later on. So we're going to start with our first group. So I'm going to go back to our first slide. For this group of students, we have our first question is pick one of your favorite leadership positions you have held or are currently in, and what is your favorite thing about it?
Okay, I think that my favorite position has to be the one I'm currently in. It's the one that I kind of built up to for the past couple of years. And I think the reason why it's my favorite position is because I get to see all of my, the clubs on my council, succeed, and I get to push them and I get to motivate them, kind of get to be their resource in a way. And it's really rewarding to see teams go off to nationals and know that the council really helped them with providing funds or helping them get funds or going out to their games and supporting each other.
Thank you.
I can go next. So for me, right now I'm president of GAFE. So GAFE barely started a year ago. So I'm really happy about this position and where I'm at right now because we're a group of 7 girls, all leadership is just girls. And so we're putting forward some pretty dynamic material, not only for our community here at CSUF, but other communities because we have different chapters. And just being able to interact with people who either are Central American or want to know more about what it means to have the identity of being Central American. And so providing that educational side, but also with an interactive side, I think was the best part about having this position and working with the other people on the board.
I can go next. So for me, my favorite position / role is being a resident advisor. I started my junior year, and going into that role, I really got to work with students, and you really get to see the students succeed. You really get to see that resource on campus. A lot of my residents, not only I see them succeed in housing, but also see it in the classroom where they're able to form friendships with like floor mates and also students from different buildings as well. I've also worked with a lot of different student leaders. A lot of my coworkers not only work as RAs, but they also hold positions in board of directors. Some of them have worked also as tour guides with me while I served as a Titan ambassador. So really having that really positive experience in housing is really why it's one of my favorite roles.
I can go next. So one of my favorite positions I've ever held at Cal State Fullerton was being a student coordinator for orientation programs. I personally, when I was entering Cal State Fullerton, I had an amazing orientation day. The orientation team was great. They invited me to the university and I felt like I was at home. And so I always want to give that feeling back to incoming students because being a first generation college student, I understand college can be really scary or it's really new for a lot of people. So being able to hold that position and train orientation leaders and being able to welcome the new Titan family and students has always been one of my favorite positions I've held at Cal State Fullerton.
I'll go next. For me, my current position in Hermanas has been one of my favorite. I always struggled being involved on campus because I do have to juggle work, home, and my education. But when I transferred over to Cal State Fullerton, I found my community and my safe space within Hermanas. And just being a part of this organization has really introduced me to other Hermanas because we are a statewide organization. So we do get to meet other hermanas from different chapters across California and just really getting to know and go to the conferences, hear about the available for us. And some of these hermanas that have already moved on have been able to provide inside information to us for the next steps after graduation. Some of them have even been able to get jobs for us. And just being able to network with other organizations within campus has really gotten me out of my shell to be more social. And I'm already a social person, but just being more social in the way of not being afraid to reach out to other organizations and not being afraid to stand up for my community, little stuff like that.
I'll touch up on this question. So one of the first leadership positions I held at Cal State Fullerton was in the Women's and Adult Reentry Center. And they basically stand for gender equality, raising awareness and educating campus or educating students about aspects in that area. But I was a discussion facilitator for an organization called Sister Talk. And it's basically an organization that allows women of color to come in and those who want to learn about that community and just basically come in and support one another, talk about different struggles that they face on and off campus. And that happened to be my favorite leadership position because I was able to build connections with other people who were basically going through the same things that I was. I was able to learn a lot about leadership and event planning, and that position basically connected me to a lot of the other positions that I hold today. So it encouraged me to join a sorority, and I was able to have an internship within the center, and I was able to work within the center. So it definitely connected me with a lot of campus partners and a lot of different opportunities on campus.
Hello. The leadership position that I would choose would be on behalf of MSI, in which we hosted MYEC, and the scholars were leaders at the Male Youth Empowerment Conference, where we invited freshmen and sophomore high school students from underrepresented schools in LA County and OC. And we invited them to get rid of those misconceptions that come with college and help them with other aspects as that included how to get enrolled in scholarships or what programs to be involved in order to have that successful transition, which can be hard for many freshmen.
Awesome, thank you. Did we miss anyone with that question? Just want to make sure.
I'll go. I would say that my favorite leadership position is the one that I'm currently in now, as president of CSUF Men's Rugby Club. I was in a unique position. I'd never played the sport before. And I found the club on Titan Link and joined and fell in love immediately. So, you know, the experience with the club was really interesting, from growing with it, learning, and then eventually being nurtured to lead the club. And now I'm in a position where I've been able to network with so many people, not only on CSUF campus, but, you know, worldwide, because rugby is an international sport, and it's just been an amazing experience.
Awesome. Thank you all. I just want to double check if we missed anyone else. I think that was everybody. And then, so our next question for everyone is, what motivated you to get involved at Cal State Fullerton?
I'll go first. So for me, I'm a transfer student from one of the community college, and as a first-time generation student, like I didn't have anybody to look up to, or like being able to answer the questions that I have. So the day that we had the Discover Fest, like I went into and like pretty much look at all of the clubs and see what interest I had, and then I decided to join some of my clubs, and then from there I started networking with people. And if I had questions, like I would ask people that had already been there for a while, or that maybe they went through the same thing, and then like they will refer me to the Student Success Center, or any depending on what I needed, any of the offices that could help me answer my questions.
I can go next. What motivated me to get involved? My first year, I moved 400 miles away from home, and I was very shy. I didn't have any friends. No one from high school came to CSUF with me, and so I was really lost. And then my spring semester, my freshman year, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to Discover Fest. So I went, and I was like trying to find my way. I was like a scared little freshman. And then I stumbled upon club softball, which I had played my entire life. So I decided to go for it, and so I went for it. I went to tryouts, made the team, and then I kind of grew along with it because it was a fresh team. It had just started the year before, and so I became a rep of club softball, then became president, and then I got more involved in sports clubs, and each year was really rewarding, and it kind of gave me a home on campus, like a home away from home, especially because of how far I was. So it really gave me a good life, because before I wasn't involved in anything, and it was just school and back to like my apartment, and that was just not rewarding at all.
I can go next. So for me, entering Cal State Fullerton as a first year, I only had like 1 or 2 friends from high school come, but they were commuting while I was on campus. So I started networking, started making friends in classes, and once I got back to my room, I really didn't have like too many friends to like hang out with. So I decided to go to Discover Fest the fall semester of my sophomore year. And I had met one of my friends in a math class, and he told me about Hermanos Unidos. He told me about how it was like Latinos trying to succeed in university. He told me about like academics wise, they do community service. And that's something that I align with a lot in high school. I was very involved in community service, whether it be like a soccer coach or tutoring high school, middle school students. So I decided to join, and then seeing like how welcoming the organization was, and how they formed like a really big network, I decided to stay there, and it pushed me to join other positions such as orientation leader, then apply for like RA, and then now student coordinator. So really having that foundation, that familia that I can lean on. And now like that I'm graduating, I've leaned on like other hermanos that have made it like at Cal State Fullerton now, are working, or some of them have even like graduated grad school now, and now I'm going to grad school. So I think having like those initial friends there, and then pushing me to like get out of my comfort zone and join more clubs and orgs really what like motivated me.
I'll touch on the question. So I feel like being involved on campus is very like contagious. So for me, I met someone who was really involved my freshman year, and she kind of took me in and took me under her wing and taught me a lot about different things and resources on campus and different ways to get involved. And so from there, I think I just, like I said, I started with Sister Talk as a discussion facilitator. And then from there, I met different people and I just applied for different things. And from that, it's an amazing experience because you get to meet different people and you get to experience different things. And it's a great learning experience too. So it's kind of like you want to continue that. And you want to continue to learn and continue to meet new people.
The way that I got involved was actually through MSI as well. So we have these requirements as scholars because they're giving you scholarships to come into these meetings. And at first I was pretty shy. That wasn't my suit. But as I started to going to more of these, I started realizing that I was putting obstacles in my own way that hindered my ability in academics or even social life. And so after I started seeing how helpful these programs can be, I started enrolling in other Cal State Fullerton programs because I realized if this is how much I missed out on just one program, imagine how many other events I could have been involved in and I could be even more successful here.
Hello, I'll answer this one. Also, but I think for me, the reason I got involved, and it was something I learned, oh, sorry, Jason, if you were talking. But I think it was something I learned really quickly my freshman year in my theater arts department. So many majors on campus, like similar to mine, they're very heavy with coursework, and sometimes it can be really intense because I'll have rehearsals after classes and then have rehearsals until the evening. And so it's very easy for me to get sucked into my major and my world, and that's not a bad thing. I really love my major, but I think the biggest piece of advice they told me within my department is to get involved and find your passion outside of the department. And I feel like that helped me because it helped me become more of a well-rounded student. And so even though I really enjoyed what I was doing with my major, I knew that I needed to find something outside of it too because sometimes my major felt like work because I was studying and doing stuff for it. So I needed to find something that just kind of fed my passions and fed my liveliness of wanting to get more involved on campus.
Yeah, for me, it was more about joining a group of people like-minded. I'm an athlete, so for me, that was really important to be a part of some competitive nature. I mean, I can sit in a corner and read a book all day, but I wanted to be, a part of something. And, I joined a wrestling club, I joined a rugby club, I joined a variety of clubs, but I ended up finding my niche and sticking with it. And I'm glad I did.
For myself, I'm a transfer student. So when I was at the community college, it was a routine where it would be going to class, going to the cafeteria, then going home, or it would just be bouncing back and forth. But I never found a community or an organization where I could just feel a sense of belonging. So when I transferred over, I was not completely new to the campus because I am lucky to be from around the area, but I was still scared. I was still new to the campus. So I remember one of my friends, she told me she was involved in this organization and it was Latinas. And I was already feeling, I guess, kind of disattached from the campus. So I just started going to the meetings with her, and I soon realized that this was an organization that just really had a bunch of women who I can identify with, who were first generation students, who were transfer students, who had similar struggles, and just really being able to get involved, do community service, do studying together, go to social events with other organizations on campus, It really did help me build my community on campus. As of for my job, I volunteered for Gear Up. I work for Gear Up, and I volunteered for Gear Up one community service event for student tours. And from there, I was able to get in contact, and I applied, and I ended up working for Gear Up. And I've been working for Gear Up for over a year now. And I really love like the opportunities that have really arose for me through Hermanas Unidas.
Awesome, thank you. So I think in the interest of time, just getting through all the questions, I want to get to the last question for this group. So what is one skill you have gained from being part of your club, organization, or department that you will take with you into the future?
I can answer this one. So one skill that I learned is social networking. So that's one of our pillars of Hermanos Unidos. Really the aspect of networking really cultivated when we had opportunities for conference, and then also our external socials with other familias. So really for me, I realized that as an extrovert, I really love talking to people, but really being able to connect with folks and share your experiences is really amazing, because that's something I'm going to do not only in grad school, but when I move on to my professional role, and really having those friendships that I made in Hermanos, but also being able to just talk about similar passions with other Hermanos, Hermanos that I've made from like San Diego, all the way up to like San Francisco, Merced. It really shows that the org itself really helps Latinx students succeed in university and post university, as well as we all work to accomplish like our career goals, and really giving back to our org. So once we have graduated, once we are in those professional roles, really coming back for like alumni nights. So one of the cool things that with social networking is that we've had like alumni panels where alumni have shared their experience, and we get to network with them to help improve our skills as well.
I think for me, it was organization. As you know, a student who had to work full time, I had to, set a schedule and abide by it. And so that was something that took a lot of trial and error. And eventually, I got it down to where I was able to manage the club, my workload, and working. And that's something that will allow me to benefit when I continue schooling in grad school and continuing my profession.
I will second that notion. Time management was definitely something that I had to learn, and learn the hard way, because when you take on a lot of responsibilities, you start to learn that, oh wow, I have like a lot of responsibilities. So time management definitely, because it allows you to do different things, and as you go on, and if your involvement is very high, then you'll learn how to manage your time, or you'll learn from others how to manage your time. But also just risk taking. In the aspect of just being able to advocate for yourself and go for different opportunities and not be scared to do so. And I think that's really important when you're on campus. And if there's resources that you need, or if you see that there's an issue on campus, just being able to advocate for you or other people, and then also being able to go for different opportunities, even if you think that you might not get them. Everything is a learning experience. So that's definitely something I've been taking along with me.
I think adding on to that as well, time management is key. It really is very important when you're involved on campus. Also setting boundaries and setting priorities. Sometimes, you want to go to a social event. Sometimes you want to go to a fundraiser, but or if you have a test, you really have to set those boundaries for yourself and remind yourself, like, what are your priorities? And not really let your involvement take much of your time, because you also have to remember that you're a student.
Awesome, thank you so much. I think we're gonna move into our second group just in the interest of time, but thank you all so much for your participation on this part of the panel. So we're gonna move into group B. We have our second group of panelists. And I'm gonna throw it over to Isabella to ask these questions.
Great, thank you. Okay, so our first question for Group B, how did you get involved? Who did you talk to and or what did you do? And where did you start when you realized that you wanted to get involved?
I'll go ahead and answer that question. So for me, I was actually in my third year of college, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do. And at that time, I was like, I have one more year. This is really all that the university really has to offer. So I was always just going to my routine, work, school, go to class, and that was just my routine of every single day for 3 years. In my second semester, the spring semester of 2018, I was like, no, it has to be more out there. So I was actually looking for MECHA, the Mexican Estudiantil, Movimiento Estudiantil Chicanx de Aztlán, so which is MECHA, and then I was looking for them, and then I stumbled upon this, this organization called Dream Co-op, and I was like, what's that? So then I went in there, talked to them. Dream Co-op stands for Diversity Resilience Education Access Movement Cooperation, and that's the only student organization on campus that advocates for undocumented students. So I myself identify as undocumented as a DACA recipient. So I was just like, no way, there's actually an organization on campus for this. So I started joining them. And from there, I just fell in love with the organization. I'm still currently in a part of the organization. Last year, I was a part of their e-board. So I've just been maintaining my relations with them. I also started going a lot to the Tide and Dream Resource Center, which is the resource center for undocumented students as well. So I found my space, and from there on, I just skyrocketed at my involvements on campus. I just started getting connected with so many different people. So that was for me how I kind of learned about involvements on campus, and I don't regret it at all one bit.
I could go ahead and go next. So for me, how I got involved was really Discoverfest, because that is the best opportunity for students to walk around and just kind of get a feel of all the organizations and the types of people that are at Fullerton. Because the thing that's great about Discoverfest, it's an opportunity for you to find your type of people. So for me, my type of people are members of my Japanese Culture Club and a few Nikkei Student Union. And I really just found them by walking around and just being willing to kind of look and see what type of clubs were tabling. Another resource I used a lot is also TitanLink. I'm plugging all of these things, because what's great about TitanLink is if it's really intimidating to go where there's all these people standing around trying to pass out flyers, TitanLink is a great resource because you can search clubs based off of keywords. So if you want to look at a sports club or a culture club, you can put that in the search engine and it'll pop up all the different clubs that you might be interested in. So I did that to find an operations club that I was interested in joining for my major, because they weren't tabling at Discoverfest, but through TitanLink, I was able to use that resource to find information. And then from there, I just looked at when they had club meetings, and then I just showed up on the first meeting. So really, I think for me, it was about just being willing to seek out information, because there's plenty of resources that can help you do that.
Thank you. We'll take one more for this question.
Okay. So just like Amy said, the way that I went about getting involved in a Panhellenic sorority was through Discoverfest, and it is really intimidating being a freshman on a new campus, seeing this really big event, but you just have to kind of be willing to put yourself out there, understanding like that if you want to find a club, you're really going to have to go look and see all the different opportunities that the campus has to offer. I'm a commuter, so it was really important to me to find an organization that could help the school feel a little bit smaller and help me find a community. So I was really able to find that in by joining a sorority.
Great, thank you so much. So our next question is, talk about a rewarding and or challenging experience you've had with any of your involvement experiences and what you learned from that.
All right, I can go first. Okay, so definitely one of the biggest things that I really was happy about is being offered the position for being a student ambassador, for being a part of the College of Health and Human Development. At first, starting, I'm a freshman, I was really shy at first, but had to take a deep breath and everything and just get to know a lot of people who work in my college major department. I talked to my college advisor, my assistant dean and everything. I volunteered actually for a team called Street Team. And basically it's where the health and human development people have people just tabling, they're publicizing their student success centers. And by doing that, I got offered the position to be a student ambassador. And it's definitely really good to reach out. It definitely helped me out meeting with new people, meeting seniors who are giving you guys advice and everything. So I definitely do recommend talking to the people who are in your major department so they can open opportunities for you.
Being a leader at a Fullerton club has really been a life-changing experience with proper problem solving, dealing with actual issues when it comes to community development, sports teams and stuff like that, especially with esports. It's been a really rewarding experience being a part of a campus club as well as being in a leadership position, because it's not just you're here voluntarily having fun, it's you're gaining life experience, you're networking. I can't tell you how many people this semester for esports have just straight up launched their careers, and myself included, just being involved with campus. Even then, other sports clubs I know, they're all entering into their fields that they want to do that's respective to their major within that sport. It's truly just it's a really important experience that everyone here has to be a part of a campus organization, because it'll change your life. You'll learn so much.
So just add on to that, what I feel like was very rewarding to myself was getting better management over my time. As you can see, all of us are, involved in a number of things, whether it be academics, athletics, or anything else, regarding culture or, ethnic backgrounds. But I just want to say at the end of the day, I'm just very grateful for, I guess, the overall experience and the overall involvement, that it helped me to develop great time management skills. So now when it comes to organizing, being in different groups and in different clubs, it forces you to develop habits to where, you can't afford to waste time, or you can't afford to not be organized, because otherwise, it might cause you to slip in one aspect that you really wanted to thrive in as opposed to another. So it just really helped me to develop great time management skills, as well as other organizational skills.
Great, thank you. And then our next question is, how has being a part of your club, organization, or department contributed to your Titan experience at Cal State Fullerton?
Oh, my bad, go ahead.
You go ahead.
So I mean, just to start off, honestly, it's contributed a lot to my time experience. I don't mean to brag, but I joined the best frat, known to MPAC, shout out to the Kappa, shout out to the Noops, yo. And then on top of that, I was also to participate and to be a part of, history with regards to campus. I was a part of the men's track and field team, and my freshman year and my sophomore year, we were able to become the first male team to get the conference championship and title, and to bring it home to Cal State Fullerton. And in spite or in the midst of all of these, I guess experiences, I would like to say that the networking experience is what I would say is most valuable to me, because I've developed and I've gained so many friends outside of achievements. I've met so many people that I would consider very close friends, if not family, and I get to communicate and talk to them every day, and even it extends to my sis Kafila, who's also on the panel, that's like my sister, because of, the ARC, because of BSU, because of MPAC, and, just, little stuff like that has helped my time experience out a lot. So, yeah.
Much love.
Like I previously said, I have been commuting for the past 2 years. So by getting involved and joining these organizations, it did make it feel like such a smaller campus. It gave me that college experience while still living at home, which was something that was really important to me. And especially as I was in high school previously, I held a lot of leadership positions. So I knew that was something that I really wanted to do when I came to college. So I'm really happy that I took those opportunities to get those positions. And like I previously said, I have a position in Panhellenic as well as internal in my sorority, which gives me the opportunity to impact and make changes internally and externally, which is something that's really awesome. And being the Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion, it's a new position. So I'm really excited that I get to kind of mold that, and I get to work with Jordan, Isabella, and Samuel, and do something so amazing for the Panhellenic Council.
Being a part of my organization, one of my like personal beliefs for like what I do for esports and my students is I want to give the opportunity to my students that I never had. So I'm 25 in the esports industry, so I'm considered an old man already. And I'm reminded by my freshmen that come in each year that the next generations are here. So I don't want to be that guy, but I actually can't say until the fall semester what my organization has provided to not only my Titan experience, but we will provide for future generations of the campus. There's just we provide a home away from home for like gamers on the campus, and that was my thing. I moved out for the first time coming to Fullerton, and I found a brand new community in a city I never lived in before. And like it gave me a family. It was just a huge deal for me, finding new people in a city I've never been in. I came from Costa Mesa, and now I'm in Fullerton. I'm like kind of far away from home, even though it's like 20 minutes, but my life was down there, but now I have a whole new life up here.
I think that for me, again, echoing what everybody else has said already, it does change your life. It changed my life completely. I found my community, I found my family. I also am a commuter student. So I commute from LA. So I would go from LA to Fullerton, have to deal with LA traffic. But it's worth it because you find your community, you find your family. You honestly do find your home away from home, your chosen family. And it's so much better because you get to meet people who actually genuinely care about you and will always check up on you. So if you're looking for like friends, I guess joining clubs or just being involved on campus really does give you that. And you just get to meet so many different people and network among different people. Again, I've met many different staff as well who have actually also been very helpful with my college experience. They've offered a lot of help for me. That goes from associate vice presidents, from staff from here, Student Life and Leadership, from different departments on campus. So it's so rewarding just to be involved on campus, and it really does change your life.
Great, thank you so much.
With that, Jesus and everyone on the panel, in the interest of time, we are wrapping up, but I'd like to give a huge shout out to all of our student leaders who joined us today in the panel, as well as Jordan and Isabella for facilitating the panel. But again, we are here to serve as a resource to answer your questions as much as possible from either Student Life or Leadership or Outreach and Recruitment or any of the awesome, amazing students that were here today. You have some other information, links to follow their pages on social media. So again, thank you all so much for joining us today. Please stay safe, please stay healthy, and we hope to see you very, very soon as a future Titan to enhance your Titan experience. So thank you all so much.
Yeah, and I'd just like to add to that and just thank the Office of Student Life and Leadership for providing us with all of this great information. I do want to let you all know that this webinar will be available online at fullerton.edu/welcome day. So if you missed it or had a friend that missed it, they can actually go on the website and check it out. We do ask that you tune in next week for our webinar, Choose CSUF, Why I Became a Titan webinar. That will be on Friday, April 17th at 11 a.m. So we do hope that you all will join us. And also we will be sending out a survey. If you could take a few moments to go ahead and fill out that survey, we'd really appreciate it. And again, thank you all so much for joining us and have a great day, everyone.